you know, you can cook with it, heat with it, replace the propane, replace it with electricity, whatever. When you're done, you got biochars, good for the crops. It's corn like 15, 20 feet tall, 2 to 3 ears per stalk. You might have to harvest it with a chainsaw. I mean, the stalks are like huge, you know, and they're, last time I saw it was like 12 to 15. He was going to be happy if he got 6 foot. They were like 12 to 15 feet. That was like 3 months ago. So, and the stalks and the cobs are far more fuel than the stupid corn. I mean, in this case, he's got sweet corn, it's good corn, but I mean, this whole thing about corn for fuel is just ridiculous. The cob, there's more energy in the cobs and stalks than there is in the corn. But he, so he was there, and while I was talking, and I said, you know, one thing that's always puzzled me is, wow, you know. And it talks in Ezekiel about, you know, this invading army, and 5, 6 of them are destroyed, and it takes 7 years to burn their weapons. And I was like, hey, because, you know, wouldn't you just want to be rid of the memory of warfare and just doze them all into a big valley and just burn them? Like the bodies are thrown into the you know, a narrow, steep gorge, like a flaming gorge. And, but wouldn't you do that same thing to the weapons? Well, if you were going to use them for fuel, and it might take 7 years to use them because the wood gas is so efficient. Okay, so that's the OzArk Plateau. There's the St. Francis Mountains, the Dome. There's the Boston Mountains, Springfield Plateau, Salem Plateau. But as a single geological feature, it's one dome. And you can see how much of it is in, you know, Arkansas and Kansas. Now, the aquifer system comes out into Kansas more. So you're talking terrain, and this is showing terrain. You're also talking the aquifer, okay? Water is going to be worth far more than gold very soon. Okay, go. Next. Geological assessment, resources of the OP. People. This is one of the biggest things. I tell this guy that lives by us, he has 1,000 acres, and he's got some good points and some bad points, strengths and weaknesses. But I said, you know, Rick, one of the most valuable things, one of the most valuable resources, he has all these resources, all these broken down equipment stuff, considered resources. You know, the most valuable thing you're going to have around you when things fall apart is the good people that you have surrounded yourself with. They are going to, your broken down dozer and mini loader and combine, and he has a shrimp trawler that he bought from the Gulf of Mexico. And it's in a barn. It's been in the barn for 30 or 40 years. It's a resource. You know, that shrimp trawler is not going to do anything for him. It's not going to get up and cut his wood, you know, defend him. Rainfall, water, you know, in water in the form of rainfall, aquifers, wells, springs, farm ponds, lakes, systems, streams, etc., or dig a hole in the ground and get water. Right by us, a couple miles from us, on the side of the road, between the fence and the road, is a well. And it's open. There's wells everywhere down here. Okay, next. Skip, next. In fact, okay, there's the Scotts Bluff, Lubbock, Atlanta, Pittsburgh. And that map is kind of stretched, so it's actually pretty good rectangle. Springfield right in the middle. You got the thumbnails on the side, or you're gonna have to blow through all these. Just if you can click down or scroll down or whatever, just. Yeah, that's good. Just bring it down and let me look at them real quick. That ain't gonna help. Some of the text I kind of want to go over, but I pretty well covered it, so we'll just probably skip it. Yeah, just go back to it. Hold on, go back there.
I think this is one piece, and it starts with this.
Yeah. All right, and he talks about the old. This document goes back to at least '93 because he mentioned Bill and Hillary in it. And I think parts of it look like text from older things. But he talks in here about the fact that the Ogallala Aquifer is going dry. And, you know, it takes like 100 years to get a foot of water in it, and we have been depleting it at the rate of a phenomenal rate. And we're going to come to that. So let's go through that because I'm going to come to that anyway.
Well, you want to go back?
No. We need to pretty much. Okay, there's pictures. I got more of them coming up. That's the Ogallala Aquifer there. Yeah, that dark area. And trying to consider the best area for long-term survival. They tried to list all important factors: soil and climate, wood for growing, wood for burning. There's literally hundreds of areas in the nation that would qualify that if the conditions were right. For instance, there's no danger of invasion. If there were no danger of invasion. If there wasn't, you know, near big cities, no, not a good place. Border, coast, no. So none of those places are good. You want to be where, you know, there's where other things, there's Latin saying, I can't pull it up off the top of my head right now, but it basically means all things being equal. This would be a good idea. Well, I'm here to tell you, all things are not going to be equal. We're going to go into that completely. And we need to grow our own food. Go on. While other Americans fleeing cities, you can be hunting, fishing, growing crops, having fun. I mean, you know, having a, you know, your kids can be out in the pasture playing instead of being eaten. You can be safe reading books to your children by the firelight. While citizens of the system are crying about all they have lost, you'd be taking a horse-drawn wagon full of potatoes to a barter market to trade with pigs, milk, or grain. The position you find yourself in when the system goes down is important. It could be different between a comfortable time of survival or being an uprooted, hungry refugee. It could be a matter of life or death. Okay. No one knows when chaos will hit. You might be premature. We had as one of our rules from a book we read was better to be a year too early than a day too late. You know, and in the foresight of you know, Dan's and family coming out here that long ago, this booklet and this map just utterly blows me away. Well, you know, the Father put it on their hearts, you know, on your family's heart, your dad's heart, and whatnot. So during the Depression, people in the Ozarks were, a lot of people didn't know there was a depression until after it was over. They were told, you know, they just finally got, oh, there was a depression. Oh. Didn't have any idea. Partly because they're so poor, but everybody had a garden, they had a cow, they had you know, their goats and chickens, and it didn't affect them, you know. And I read other things saying that, you know, people in the Ozarks were better off because their food was worth more. And that's true. The lady by us took in people from the city, 50 cents a week. They had a safe place to stay, they had work, they had good food, they had a really healthy lifestyle. And with that 50 cents a week, she bought 1,000 acres. So, food is money. The garden was worth more than the gold. Okay, keep going. This is all kind of survival stuff. All right. Yeah. Keep on. I've come to the conclusion eastern Oklahoma, western northern Arkansas, southern Missouri. He left out Kansas. In the area for long-term survival, there's the regions, long growing season, plenty of rain, milder winters, a year's survival, low population area, less crime crowding, centrally located, away from possible invasion. I showed you that, low property value, low taxes. We had a couple that were going to move back to Wisconsin because to take care of his dad, friends. And they started looking at property up there, and they listed their house and they were going to sell it. They were leaving, and they realized that acreage and taxes up there were like, you know, $5,000-$6,000, and they said, they looked at each other and went like, that's why we left, because those people are crazy. So they took their house off the market. They're staying, thank heavens. Bible Belt, a lot of Christians and patriots. I mentioned the Scotch-Irish earlier that I had that up, and you know, the people that settled the Ozarks were people from Tennessee, Kentucky, who came over from the Revolutionary War, you know, and I mean, you know, from down, migrated down, they went to the mountains, and then mountains and mountains, and they came from Ireland, and from Ireland they had come from Scotland.